And looking off to your right there, you'll see the RMS Queen Mary. A lot of history aboard that ship there, built back in the 30s. Came to Long Beach in the late 60s as a floating museum. Had the restaurants, the shops, the hotels. Unfortunately, they shut it down during the pandemic. And the Queen Mary is still closed right now as they're doing the maintenance on the ship. But the plan is to have it open to the public by the first of the year. On the outside dock, that's Carnival Cruises. Carnival is busy doing the 3, 4, and 7-day cruises down to Mexico. Large white geodesic dome. At one time it was built to hold a big airplane known as the Spruce Goose. That was referred to as Howard Hughes' flying plane. The Goose, though, moved years ago to McMinnville, Oregon. And when the dome became available about 10 years ago, that's when Carnival converted the dome to their passenger terminal for their cruise ships. Off to your right, you'll see some of the terminal portions today. You can't miss that big ship. Glasgow, that's the 90s. That's the story you find from. That's a big guy, about 4,000 containers. And the one Highline is a lot smaller, about 1,000. You can see how the shipping industry, the ships are getting bigger every year. About 10 years ago, the one Highline of a big ship about 10 years ago. And now, as you can see, it's so much smaller. And those ships will be there for about 10 days. Imagine 10 days to unload and reload a ship that size. And then about a 14-day voyage. They leave here and it's about 14 days across the ocean headed back to Asia. right, that's the back side of the container terminal. Actually has the door of the train depot. That's actually where they stack containers on a train. Directly here in storage. You'll see multiple trains over there. You'll see the forklift they're working today. They actually process and load up about 3 miles of cargo every day here on the trains. The first one, that's a big oil tanker. That's about 1 million barrels per go. That's just over 1,000 feet long. It's not unusual to sit ships out here. They don't unload the ships while they're anchored out here, but they do allow them to anchor because they're getting supplies and crew change. They're just waiting for a phone call to get back to work again. So you'll see ships that are outside. They're also not waiting to come in and unload either. They're waiting for a phone call. Someone out here has to move cargo. All the way from Hong Kong, a long way from home, sitting here in Long Beach. It's all the way from Hong Kong, China. The ship here would have a crew on board of about 18 people. That's a big guy too. That's the America Shipping Company. That big guy is over 1,000 feet long. It's got actually 4,000 containers. That's a big guy. You can't see half the cargo below the deck of the ship. You're looking at the leftover stuff that's stacked up on top. But that's 4,000 containers. And looking off to your right there, you'll see the entrances of Pier J Complex. You'll see those blue and green A-frame buildings. That's actually a dry bulk terminal, and that's home to petroleum coke, which is a byproduct from the gasoline refineries. It's basically a black dust that was sent over to China and used as their industry. The area is completely enclosed, so the black dust doesn't blow into air quality here in Long Beach. That's a big ship over there. That's Mediterranean Shipping Company. You'll see the barge alongside of it. They're pumping that ship full of fuel. They'll put about 100,000 gallons of fuel for that ship there. And you'll see the warehouse there is coming up. Not everything fits inside a 40-foot container. You see the big Caterpillar backhoes there. This is a good example of some of the big stuff that comes in that's non-container. It's called break bulk. There's ships over there. See the drawbridge coming off the back of that ship there? That drawbridge is lowered to the dock, and they're driving off all that heavy equipment there, right off the inside of that ship. Up next, you'll see where we unload cars on the other side of that concrete building. You're looking at a ship on that side. That's a car carrier unloading 4,000 brand new cars. See loaded up there. This facility here operated by Mercedes-Benz. But that's a big car carrier on the other side of the green, on another side of the concrete building. Bridge, the old Gerald Desert Bridge, they had to cut the center section out of that bridge so the big ships could go to the back of the harbor. They built that bridge back in the 60s. They didn't realize that ships are going to get so big, they could not fit underneath that bridge. So if you look at the dock there, that's the piece they cut out of the middle of the bridge. And turn in, this is actually referred to as the Long Beach Navy Base. Imagine back this time World War II, this area was filled with all the big battleships. Since then, the Navy has moved out of Long Beach, and as you can see now, along the port, 1, 2, 3 ships over there. That used to be the Navy base. That big hillside is Rancho Palos Verdes, and the bridge at the other end is the Vincent Thomas Bridge. That's how you get over to San Pedro. Looking all to your right, there are all the trees there. Actually, that's a bird sanctuary. They call this Gold Park, home to all of our migratory birds. You're looking at their nesting sites there. And looking all the way out to your right there, the distance there, see where those blue cranes are? That's San Pedro over there. That's the LA Harbor, our sister harbor, San Pedro. As you look at that big American ship sitting out here with 4,000 containers, someone might ask the question, why is it sitting out here? Why don't they come in and load their cargo? Well, it's simple. There is no cargo on that ship. That ship is completely empty. They run out of space on the dock sometimes, so in order to get more space to dock, they have these ships come in and fill them up with 4,000 empty containers, and they anchor them out here. Back to Asia with it empties, but not yet. Sometimes they'll sit here for 30 days or 40 days. Eventually they'll leave and head to Asia and unload those 4,000 empty containers. It's really hard to say they're empty containers going back to Asia. Basically they're filled with our money and our jobs. When you look at the dock over here, you're looking at empty containers. See how they stack them 5 high? There's no space left anymore, so you have to stack them right on the edge of the terminals there. And when you have a ship coming in with cargo and you want that cargo, how can you get to it when you have the empties just stacked here on the dock? So they eventually have to clean out those stacks and put them on ships. Imagine looking at 5 containers, one's full and the other 4 empty containers. As you look at this big oil tank off to your right, if you're familiar with ships at all, you might sort of ask yourself, what's that big blue box on the back? Well, that's basically a catalytic converter. It's a scrubber, and they scrub all the black soot from the exhaust so it doesn't blow up into air quality. Here in Southern California, we're concerned about air quality, so that we make them put these big boxes on these ships, like the one you're looking at there, to help clean the air, so we don't fill it with black soot. And we usually don't get much truck traffic on the cruise, but like a barge, there were some trucks on it, so I guess we have some truck traffic out here. They actually use this to transport heavy equipment around. They deliver them to the oil islands that are off of Long Beach. As you look at that long block wall off to your right, the federal breakwater, actually started construction back in 1899. They started building it at a cost of $1,000 per foot. It's actually 9 miles long now. That's actually the longest man-made breakwater in the entire nation. They actually built that to keep the ocean and the water safe from all the shipping companies. It stops the storms rolling in and damaging the facilities here. easier to bring the fuel right after the ship. Imagine bringing the ship over to a fuel dock. So just bring the fuel dock over the ship. So the tug just stands by until he gets that phone call. Beach out here right there. That's all Long Beach. Long Beach has about 5 miles of sandy beach stretching all the way behind us now. Get a real idea of how they camouflage an oil well. See all those trees? You can't even see the tanks. Barely see the tanks. And the way they camouflage that tall drilling platform with that blue striped tower. Most people here in Long Beach have no idea. They've been pumping oil from the beaches since the 1960s. Last year they pumped out 10 million barrels of crude oil.